Did you know that more than 37 million people in the US suffer from diabetes? Not only that, but did you know that diabetes is a leading cause of death in the world? These facts shouldn't be taken for granted and prove that what we perceive to be harmless can actually be detrimental to life as we know it if we don't take it seriously. Hi, my name is Rohan, live on the Healthy Human podcast, where today we are going to be taking one of the most popular diseases known to date, diabetes, and how it can affect us negatively. You see it all over the news and over health magazines, but what really is diabetes? Diabetes is a disease where your blood sugar, which is the level of sugar in your blood, is higher than average. This higher than average blood sugar could be a product of many things, such as food choices, medication, physical activity, and many more things. But how do we know if someone is above average blood sugar? There has been a scale created and widely used by multiple clinicians to see if you have a higher than average blood sugar level. The scale ranges from about 50 milligrams of sugar per deciliter of blood to about 380 milligrams of sugar per deciliter of blood. For example, the blood sugar threshold for diagnosing diabetes is arbitrarily set at 126. The threshold is 200, however, among those who have recently eaten something. These cutoffs are arbitrary and have interestingly evolved over time. These cutoffs were not the same as they were once 5 years ago. With this change, we have modified the scale every year to ensure that we are able to identify and diagnose people who suffer from diabetes. There are two different types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2 respectively. Each type is different in that they develop during different time frames. Type 1 diabetes develops more often than not earlier in life. Insulin, which is a chemical within our body that helps manage blood sugar levels, is often produced less in people suffering from diabetes. This is why people with diabetes have blood sugars that are higher than usual. With this elevated blood sugar level, our body's tissues get damaged, which is why it's important to identify diabetes early. On the contrary, type 2 diabetes generally develops later in life, but can still develop early in life. This disease ends similarly to type 1 diabetes in that with increased sugar level, your tissues get damaged, which leads to organ damage overall. A lot of you may be asking right now if there's any way to treat or alleviate the symptoms of diabetes. Well, luckily, there is. People suffering from type 1 diabetes may consider using an insulin injections or an insulin pump, which is a device that mimics the role of the pancreas by delivering small doses of insulin continuously. People suffering from type 2 diabetes may consider similar options as well as changes to their lifestyle to allow for decreased blood sugar overall. Drugs like metformin may also be prescribed to those suffering from diabetes to help treat the problem. Diabetes sounds pretty bad, from what I have said, but how can we lessen the chance of having diabetes in the future? One option is eating healthy. Making sure to get good servings of both fruits and vegetables can help us achieve both a healthier body and help lessen the chance that we get diabetes. We can also exercise more often, which will help lower the risk of diabetes. On top of that, we should try to eliminate unhealthy practices. By ensuring that we don't smoke, excessively drink, or get an insufficient amount of sleep, we help lessen the chance of having diabetes in the future. Remember that you have the ability to control your own health. Once again, this has been Rohan, live on the Healthy Human podcast. Make sure you tune into next week's episode, where I will continue to explore the wonderful world of health. Remember once more, happiness is a product of good health.